slay the holidays, and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is UnKut with former Nebraska baseball pitcher Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, welcome in. 93.7 The Ticket. This is UnKut. I'm Kyle Perry. Harrison Arden's on the ones and twos, per usual. Harrison, it's great to see you, brother. You have a good weekend?
Fantastic weekend.
Good.
Hit the weather, Kyle Perry.
Yeah.
God was smiling this weekend. It was gorgeous out.
Kidding me? Yeah, we went and married Colby Gomez in Kansas City, and
oh, what a great weekend!
And dude,
it
was unbelievable. I mean, you literally could not have, drawn up a better day for a black suit wedding.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, like, because you think about it, I've been in a black suit wedding in the summertime.
Every time I've had to wear a suit for a wedding, it's been miserable.
Oh,
because it's
terrible.
been like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
They've all been in Nebraska, so it's always been humid summer.
Yeah.
And you get the full suit that you're paying $300 to rent.
Yeah.
And then you got to send back the sweaty suit and being like, sorry, hope you got good cleaning.
Yeah.
But I did rent it for $300, so I'm going to use it.
I sweat so bad we had to buy my black suit from that wedding. They wouldn't let us return it.
I sometimes wonder how that works because, man, I mean, anybody who's been at a wedding, by the time they get to a drinking age, even if you're not at the drinking age, like, those things get sweaty and rowdy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, no doubt.
Sending those suits back.
Yeah.
They got to stink.
It's disgusting. Yeah, I was certainly, and I mean, even with the weather we had this weekend, it was, I believe, little under 50.
It was 58
sunny,
degrees.
Blue skies. It was gorgeous. And
Sunday, it was like yesterday and Saturday. I went for a walk on both days.
And we were sitting here in the first week of December, and it's
not bad.
Unbelievable. I mean, I was just thinking, wow, because I think it was whatever the date was, Saturday. So whatever that was, man, we're sitting there taking pictures in downtown Kansas City. I'm like, dude, it could be blizzarding right now, and it would be it would be very appropriate for it to be snowing heavily on us. But no, it was freaking gorgeous. Couldn't have drawn it up better. So yeah, no, it was a great day, great trip. Boy,
what'd y'all do down there in KC? Just the wedding then? Or?
Just the wedding. Yeah, we visited a haunted hotel for the wedding rehearsal.
Oh, that sounds spooky.
Actually, yeah, it was really cool. It was pretty sweet.
Was it like one of those historically haunted places?
I think
supposedly
so, yeah.
Someone died here in some tragic way, and now it's spooky.
The house has a lot of history, and supposedly something went down in the house. I'm not sure what the story was, but
I never. I've always been interested. I always want to. I'm not a firm believer in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So when I hear it, I'm like always hoping, but I wonder if it's one of those things where it's like you got to believe in it.
It was a winery. It was a winery and hotel.
Ah, okay.
Hybrid sort of a deal.
Sounds more like a prosperous business model than a true tragedy.
Well, here's the deal. Yeah, potentially.
Or both.
They had a like a straight up a dead dude, his skeleton, on what do they call it? Just
on display.
On display. There you go. Yeah.
Sitting
on display in one of the rooms, like just like all his bones nailed together in perfect skeleton.
It was actually him too. Like
he died in the 1880s. His name was George.
That's what he wanted.
So if anyone knows the name of the winery, I can't remember it, but George, he's like the housekeeper there. Like I guess his spirit protects the property is what it said on his thing.
If that's what George wanted to do for the rest of his life, go for it.
For eternity.
I hope so. I just hope that's what George wanted to do, was to be the watchman of that place for the rest of fraternity.
Yeah. No, shout out George.
Imagine if George is seeing bookkeeping errors and he can't even say anything. Brutal.
Yeah, no, George. Yeah, it was a sight to see. Really old timey place, but really cool. And I was like, damn, I wonder if when you want to seek out the ghosts, like you want to see them, that they don't show up.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've never seeing anything. And I've had tons of
Like
friends.
ghost hunters, they go in and they're like, and ghost hunters had gone there actually, and did a couple shows. I guess is what they were telling me.
That show was so great when I was 13.
Taps, dude, and like now you got like the Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
And those kind of are like, yeah.
I saw a couple people. It was like this dude and this girl, and they were screaming. They thought they caught a ghost because the straw in their drink was moving. And then towards the end of the show, they go through all the tape, and they're like, "Yeah, that was condensation." So the straw was just moving naturally.
That's too bad.
And it's always stuff like that. Man, what a tangent for the first segment talking about ghost hunting.
See, this is what we do. This is what we do, brother.
But it's always people that they want to believe it's so bad that they'll just start hearing noises and they will make that noise fit to the narrative that's in their head.
Yeah.
Not intentionally, but
yeah.
subconsciously, that's what happens.
Sure.
Like if you really believe in ghosts,
yeah,
when you hear weird noises, you're gonna connect them.
Yeah, it's like running up the stairs, from a basement, a dark basement, and it's like you hear footsteps behind you.
Yeah, when I was a
makes
little
you
kid,
run so fast.
Out at the old farm place, I'd hear creaks up the top, and I was like, someone's locking upstairs. And then I got to like 18, I was like, I think we just live in an old house.
Yeah,
and that's what it was.
The frontal lobe is starting to develop.
Yeah, and like when I'm at the age of 13, I believe in ghosts, so I associate it with that. And then you get older and you associate it with logic.
There's got to be something though. There's definitely spirits of an energy. I know it sucks because there's been so many Hollywood takes on ghosts in the supernatural world, to where there's been so many quote unquote pieces of evidence when it comes to ghosts that have been fabricated or totally fake. But they're definitely, there's got to be something. It's just like aliens. Like there's no doubt there's other life in the universe. Like there's got to be some sort of energetic field in some areas.
That's the way
I'm not sure what the science
I just associate
says,
it as
but
energy.
Yeah,
just whatever it is.
Yeah,
there's something there that we don't
gotta
understand.
be.
You can label it what you want. That's how I always go about it. You can label it like aliens,
That's a
ghosts, demons, angels.
Well, no, but they're different things. I'm talking living beings are what you would classify as an alien. But like in terms of like the supernatural world, the ghosts and such, like the spirits of people who lived before, that's got to exist to some extent, dude. Don't you think?
Yeah, I never know what to think. I'll be honest. I'm pretty
spooky stuff.
I'm pretty open. I'll say that much. Like,
Yeah.
I think you'd be a fool to sit there and just call out the shots and being like, you understand everything that happens once it's all said and done.
Yeah.
That's, like even if you're a firm religious believer, you're still kind of like, I'd imagine, and this is wrong me saying, because some people aren't going to have that, but as a guy that went to a Catholic school and all that, like, man, wild.
Yeah.
Like I still don't. Like I get the Catholic understanding of it, but even the Catholic understanding of it's just like things to help you understand.
Fair.
But there's no like, first thing that happens is you end up here and you get your paperwork in and they'll decide if you go up or down. It's like, you kind of just get the messages behind it, but you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you didn't know, this is 93.7 The Take at Lincoln Sports Talk Radio, but
emphasis.
But no, if you had to if you had to haunt one place, say you're a ghost.
What a great question.
What would it be? This is a good question.
That might be one of the best questions I've ever been asked. If you could haunt one place for the rest of your life, where would it be?
Rip that Sartor Heyman text line. You let us know what place you would like to hunt.
It's too bad we got an NFL on the brick and mortar, because that'd be one to get the text line.
Oh man, Harrison, that's tough. I forgot it's Monday.
Yeah,
that's on me. It's been a long day. I feel like we're already to Wednesday.
I mean, you got to think this would be fun, right? You got eternity to make this place either great or live in hell,
right?
And I'm thinking about making the place to live in hell.
You would want to torture the other people.
Give me Lambeau Field, Green Bay Packers.
Nice. Like interrupt the plays. Would you be able to have that sort of energetic force where you could alter the flight of the ball?
I'm hoping just enough for a field goal.
Yeah.
Like just so I can force a doink. And just like consistently, curse Green Bay Packers football worse than Husker football has felt cursed.
That's fair though.
Like
I respect that.
Just make them live in eternity of just bad football. Just always do enough to get their hopes up, just to use whatever energy I got to force that last field goal to doink off the field goal post.
I respect that because you are a fan. You are a fanatic.
That'd be a lot of fun. I just think I'd have a lot of fun with that. Like, it would never get old.
That didn't take you but 30 seconds to tell me you wanted to haunt Lambeau Field. So
I
that's
was thinking
pretty
like
impressive.
NBA. I'd be a lot more active. The only problem with if I pick Lambeau Field, that's a lot of downtime. Being a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, NFL season's over.
Oh my God, man.
It's off-season workout.
Gotta go
for
chill
me.
in the janitor room.
Yeah, whatever the off-season workout program looks like for a ghost haunting Lambeau Field. Just hit the gym.
Yeah, just spreading bad vibes around there.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe that's what they do.
The off-season, I just
be cold.
Spread bad vibes. What about you, KP? You
Dude,
can haunt the place.
I've been sitting here trying to think, and I don't even know how to answer my own question.
I was thinking about opponents, rivals of the Bulls, but the Bulls have been so bad that I think I'd try to haunt the Bulls in a good way. I'd
Because
be like
where,
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
where, like that. See, it's such a good question.
You got to do it for eternity, so you better
because
pick
I feel
good.
like there's plenty of right. I feel like there's plenty of really, really good answers, and we need the audience's help because I'm stumped. But
movie theater would be good. I mean, if you like movies, you just always catch the next. You wouldn't do any haunting really. You're just quite literally watching the newest movies.
Or you could really screw with some people.
You could have some fun for sure.
I wouldn't even call that torturing. Just like, hey, maybe plucking a hair. Excuse me. Jeez, need some water. A hair out of somebody's head or something. Like they're like, what was that?
Yeah, during a horror movie.
And like maybe they think the person behind them did it.
Yeah, you can start some stuff there.
Hey, if you have an eternity to do it, then watch the movie theaters in the year, 2500.
Yeah, just see what comes out.
Well, then there's going to be no movie theaters and it's going to be demolished and you're going to be haunting the location of said movie theater.
Yeah, that's like Ghost in the Woods these days.
Right.
A lot of people hit nature scenes these days anymore. So if you're a ghost in the woods, you're just not doing a bunch of hanging out.
Well, then think about
not
this.
A lot of action.
Think about this. They take out the movie theater, build a golf course. Then you could really torture some people.
You could. You got Tim shouting out Yankee Stadium.
Shout out Timmy. Yeah. Respect.
Kind of in the same wavelength. Like just pick a team you really despise.
Tim's
haunt the hell out of them.
Tim's a Red Sox diehard. He's from Maine.
Maine is one of those states that for me, it's a blue chip state.
Yeah.
It seems like a hidden gem a little bit.
Yeah. I think Tim would say the same thing. He said nothing but good things about the place.
I feel like I like seafood too, though.
Oh, dude.
And I don't mind the cold in the winter. So you bring me up to Maine, I get my seasons, I get my seafood and reasonably priced living. Maine doesn't sound bad at all.
Seafood. Now that's another rabbit hole we need to go down. Because seafood, I feel it doesn't get enough credit.
No, you live in the Midwest. There's just not a lot of fanatics for seafood.
Right.
Because when they get seafood, it's rarely fresh, good seafood.
Right.
So they try it and it's not very good.
Oh man, when it's done right.
That part.
Oh my goodness.
I went to Iceland one time in my life. I went there. That was the first time I had some really authentic, straight off the harbor seafood. What a game changer.
Oh no.
When it's fresh like that, it's just completely different. I've probably had fresh seafood in other spots, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
I'm getting myself hungry thinking about it, dude. Holy smoke.
Yeah, you got some
ripping
some soup
some corn
in front
chowder
of you right now.
Some corn chowder. Is that from Mary Ellen's?
I believe I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
I'm blanking on I should know because they give us great soup all the time. I forget her name.
It is food for the soul. It is corn chowder, very delicious.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
you know where you'd want to haunt yet? I mean,
no. I think I just answered my question on accident. I think a freaking country club would be sick.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Haunting a country club because those kids, a lot of kids that grow up on a country club, they deserve it.
They need some adversity for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe you can be almost a good ghost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you adversity now.
Torture, quote unquote, with good intent in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
For the well-being of those kids. That's good.
Pretty cozy spot to hang out for the rest of your life. Too.
Right?
Country club.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good hangout.
I don't see. Look at this. I don't think there's much better. I mean, Lambeau Field. I love that. I love the sports take. I love the helping out your team.
But to your point, I would it's not the coziest spot. During the off season, I'm just gonna seethe.
Yeah.
With hate.
Well,
just for the entire off season.
No doubt.
Country club, you're just daily routine,
just vibing out.
Yeah.
Turning boys into men.
Yeah. Eventually.
Giving kids wedgies when they're, walking up to the
So
green
you
or
got some
something.
real power. Like you can
No,
just
I
spray.
don't freaking know.
Okay.
Well, you're a ghost.
Yeah, most ghosts I see can't do diddly squat.
I'm just assuming you're
unfortunately.
just invisible and you're walking around with, I guess, if you don't have any physical abilities, maybe on the golf ball right before it's about to go in the hole.
Yeah, that's like me in the field goals. Like if that's all I got is a small push of force, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna just make some field goals doink.
Yeah. Or some like 10-year-old tees off on a par 3.
Golf would be easy.
And you
too. Doesn't
into
take
the hole.
much. Yeah.
See, you could do so much good being a ghost at a country club.
A great question.
Wow.
I've never been asked that. If you could pick a place to haunt.
I've never thought about it.
I'm gonna use that for the bowlers. That's a good one.
That's great. I love that. You ask them that and get your answers back to me. I love it.
We always have a random question at the very end there. So that's the one I'll use today.
Yeah. No, we're coming out hot here on UnKut, just ripping the ghost stories right off the rip. And, haven't really mentioned much sports other than you haunting Lambeau Field. So what are your thoughts on all that happened over the weekend, the playoff selection? And
first thing that happened, not the first thing that really bothered me during the week, though, was, man, Husker men's basketball got boat raced by Michigan State. I'm not sure what to make of this Nebraska basketball team. I don't think they'll be bad. I think they'll be able to pick it up at some point and continue to get better. But Michigan State, that's just a legit, really good team.
Yeah.
You saw them. They beat UConn. I think their only loss was the UNC, but they've just been pretty comfortably beating everybody. And it seems like that's kind of the elite teams tier this year is what Michigan State was. So to get blown out by them was kind of disheartening. Bright side, still really early in the season. We do got a bunch of new pieces in here.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can turn that around. As far as the college football playoffs go, I'm just pretty excited that Alabama didn't make the cut. I thought for sure they'd try to shoehorn them in there, but SMU and Clemson, really Arizona State, the way they blew the water out of SMU, like all that just kind of helped keep Alabama out of the mix. And some Alabama fans are upset, but listen, when you are losing 3 games,
screw them.
You're not going to get in.
Yeah,
you lost 3.
You're an Alabama fan. You've been spoiled. Screw them.
Yeah, I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. I'm curious, what are your thoughts before we go to break here?
Yeah, boy,
playoffs?
I love the fact that they left Alabama out. They bring in SMU. I love the fresh faces that a 12-team playoff.
It is fun, right?
It's
Clemson,
cool.
Penn State, Indiana.
Well, Clemson's one of those old friends. But
it's good to see
early
play.
Great,
because I like that about Sweeney quite a bit. I won't deny it. I like it. I respect what he's trying to do. Because you need some coaches that are not going to go with the constant changes.
Sure,
it might get him fired. It might not be the right move. But just to see a coach like kind of refuse the transfer portal and really just still try to do things organically, to see a team like that get into the playoffs, like makes me happy about the state of college football. Like you can still do it the organic way and make it in.
No, it is good to see, and if I'm excited to see upsets.
Yeah,
because I feel like inevitably with the 12-team playoff, a few of the lower seeds are going to come out on top. So I'm fired up for that.
Let's do this. Well, we got to throw out the break here. On the other side, I'll ask you, which upsets do you hope for the most? Because I definitely got a few in mind that would just be fantastic for the viewer, for fans of college football, and for teams in particular who hate non-conference teams who benefit from playing non-con schedules on a yearly basis. Don't go anywhere. UnKut with Kyle Perry, Harrison Irons on the ones and twos. We'll talk to you on the other side.
Little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1003769, $395 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CR-F Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CR-F 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. UnKut.com.
Back to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, now. Welcome back, 93.7 The Ticket. And just a little reminder, if you were here for the first segment, all right, this is sports radio. But we didn't even mention sports until the very end there. Talking about ghost stories, where would you like to haunt a place if you were a ghost? Okay, if you had that option. Not sure if that's how it works in the supernatural world. Okay. What is it, the Addams Family?
Yeah. It would be cool if you got the big spot.
That'd be cool.
Hey, you're going to be stuck here forever.
If you like got to be around your homies too, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
they're
hey,
really cool.
we're gonna be posting here at this country club.
Then you find out, Greg didn't make the cut.
Oh wow.
That'd be tough. That'd be tough for the guys who didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it would. What do you say? Rest in peace.
Yeah. Quite literally.
It is not Halloween time though.
No, we're all right. Enough of the ghost stories.
Yeah, let's freaking talk some college football playoff, baby. I mean, it's, hey, if I'm a betting man, I'm not, because I know how unpredictable sports can be.
Absolutely.
First hand and second hand and third hand and so forth. But boy, if I had to end up with the Final Four, at least to say that, Arizona State is making that cut. I am betting Arizona State if I'm a betting man. And if you got a problem, you know the number.
Oh man.
You know who you need to call.
1-800.
That's right.
Bets off.
Bets off, baby. But I'm telling Dillingham and what's his name? Yabba Dabba Doo? Scabadoo? What's the running back's name?
Oh, I can't tell you.
Oh, boy, he's a force.
For who are we talking about? For Arizona State?
Arizona State.
I'm not sure who Arizona
Number
State's
4
running back's name is.
Scabadoo, something like that. Whatever it is. All right, it's some Disney Channel last name. I'm telling you, but boy, he is a force. He came from Sacramento State transfer. What is it?
I don't know how to pronounce
Scabadoo?
it. I don't know. I don't want to mispronounce
Give
it.
it a shot. I said Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yeah, out of respect.
I mean,
it's Cam Scatabo or something like that.
Scattaboo. See, I was around it.
Okay.
You didn't want to disrespect it. No, I'm glazing over
we
him
get
here.
names right here. That is the thing we got to do. Let's see.
Well,
so
we got
135 carries for almost 1,000 yards. Dude's averaging 7.2 yards a carry. All right,
dude. Yeah, he scored multiple times in that conference
6
game.
yards a carry. Still unreal number though.
He after that first half, he was averaging 14 yards a carry.
And he's also got 37 receptions for 506 yards. Okay, no, here we go. Here's his actual. It was they're giving me. Oh, I see. It was just giving me his home. So for the year, 263 carries for 1,568 yards. Okay, that makes more sense. It's like there's no way he's not a 1,000-yard rusher yet. So he does. He's got well over 1,000. 1,568, 6 yards average, 19 touchdowns on the year. Like I said, the 37 receptions for 506 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns as well. 0 fumbles on the year on top of it all.
Dude's a beast.
263 carries and 0 fumbles is fantastic.
Dude's a beast. Absolute beast.
Not even lost the ball. So I should clarify that too. Like didn't even ever cough it up and get it back, or some of has not ever even let that thing hit the ground with 260 plus carries. So
to my point, he's a force.
Scatabo.
He's a force. So they got to stop him and their quarterback pretty good too.
Yeah. The question is that good enough to stop Texas?
Well, see, here's the thing though. No, the Big 12 defense probably can't. Okay. Because I watched that Big 12 championship game and it was freaking chunk play after chunk play after chunk play. It was crazy.
Iowa State just looked terrible. The turnovers for Iowa State did not help.
No.
That just the whole thing was about. So as fun as that was for Arizona State and how good they looked over Iowa State, I think that was the Big 12 it's not bad, but it's not, to the same level as like the Big 10, the SEC. Even though the SEC, I would say, is definitely down this year. But you also just got a really bad Iowa State that day. Like, I don't think you beat that team. You play that team 10 times. That's probably the most you beat them by.
Oh, sure.
That was just a really off day for
But
Iowa
I'm telling
State.
you,
they're good.
He is a freaking force.
There's a chance that they get upset.
All they did was they'd hammer it home, they'd run it play after play, and then they would obviously cheat to the run and they'd pass it and
wide open.
More chunk play. It was crazy. It was like wow. After watching, the last Big Ten game we got to watch was Iowa Nebraska. After watching that, watching that game.
Well, it shows you that's how you properly set up play action.
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa's biggest weakness,
picked apart,
which is insane for Iowa, is like you can't find a quarterback that can just be insanely good for play action.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times you guys decide to run the ball off. Like if you just get one quarterback and a few good wide receivers, that play action will be so damn wide open.
Get a Peyton Manning-esque quarterback that can freaking sell the handoff
and no other. Yeah, and someone who can throw the ball on a rope.
Yeah.
Like if when you're running that play action because you're burning that time, turning around, faking the handoff, like have somebody who can turn around and just rifle that thing through the window. It'll be wide open, but you just got to be able to turn around and throw it fast enough.
All right.
And for Iowa, they just haven't had an offensive coordinator that really tries to take advantage of how much they run the ball. That or B, they just haven't had a quarterback they trusted that even though they are constantly running this year with Caleb Johnson, like they, until their point, like I didn't trust Stratton if I was Iowa to drop back very much.
Yeah. And it's weird because you have to, I think you got to bring in someone new to attract a young quarterback, a young talented quarterback at a place like Iowa.
I mean, that's the tough
because
part.
that's their
you
that's
build your
their
philosophy
mantra.
on you're maybe going to throw the ball 14 times a game.
Yeah. Like you need a new guy to come in and say, hey, we're going to.
How good are you at handing it off?
Yeah. But we're also going to allow you to throw the rock.
Yeah. OC that. And I never understood that philosophy with Iowa. Like I get it because that's how you win games is by playing field position and just playing very conservative style of football. But at the same time, like that's why your defense is so good that you can be aggressive at times.
Yeah.
When you're playing better opponents, you got to be a little bit more. Right? Your defense is going to hold up. So, I get it. Playing field position the entire game is going to give your defense a better chance. But at the same time, like you're not going to beat every team 13-10. Like you're going to play Ohio State and you're going to need to score 20 probably or Oregon. Like you can't just totally live.
Yeah, you're banking on your defense being perfect.
Unless you want to live that way, which they have been. Then you can just win 7 to 9 games, 10 games at your best every year.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been doing. So
and they're cool with it.
I guess. I don't know. The fans aren't. I mean, the fans were booing during the Nebraska game. So like Iowa fans aren't cool. It's the weirdest thing.
That's bizarre. It's very different than what you see here in Lincoln.
Yeah, well, we're just the funny part is that if they'll never happen, but if they fire Ferentz, because they'll really suck, I think.
He could be there forever.
Once he's gone, though, whether he retires or he's fired, like I'd be very surprised if the Iowa chapter continues to see the same amount of success in terms of wins.
You know who takes over after him?
His son,
Scott Frost.
He's at UCF. What do you think about that?
I know.
Back to UCF, I should say. Not at. He's back, baby.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
I honestly hope he does well.
Unbelievable. I do too. I do too. And you know he's going to have success.
He
you just know it.
Fits. Like, say what you will, and this is crazy. Like, now that we're removed from Scott Frost, say what you will about him. The offense, he had something there with the offense. Just like could never get the pieces together, and the COVID reset really killed him. But like there was that scripted drive was always almost a guaranteed 7 points. So he knows how to scheme against teams' weaknesses.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they just kind of spiral out every time. But then talking to guys like Chancellor Brewington, like he had to go back there and be like, if you go back and look at Scott Frost, just look at a lot of the offensive plays. He's like, we were always just one guy not doing his job that blew the whole thing up every time. And he said, you can go through entire games of just going through that and seeing constantly over and over and over, right play call, one miss, plays dead.
It would make sense because I felt like oftentimes, I mean, I always just feel like I can read people well. by body language, it's not anything I'm fascinated in. It's
Right.
just, a lot of people
Yeah.
wear their, emotions on their sleeve, and I observe, I guess. So, but whenever they would flash to Scott Frost or like show his reactions after plays get busted, or say they have a big play and it gets called back for a holding or whatever, because penalties, very undisciplined team under Frost.
It was. And that was part of the problem. Like, as the CEO, as the head coach, like,
right. But every time they'd show it to him, it would be like he knows what he's doing. I think he's confident in what he's doing. The execution just was never. And I think, to Chancellor's point, I think the execution never followed.
That's where you got the famous snake bitten quote.
Yeah, he has a chance to upset Michigan at home in 2021. Like, Adrian fumbles, regardless of if the play should have been called. I thought, because I was there, I thought
Should have been blown.
I thought
It was,
a whistle should have been blown.
It was stuck up for multiple seconds.
Yeah,
and they
which
didn't
is
blow
just
the
crazy,
whistle.
especially with the quarterback running it too. Like, usually they give him a little bit of leeway. Not asking for a handout, but
they call it. It doesn't matter who the hell has the ball.
Right,
like
right.
they never. And this isn't. They rigged it. It was just an unfortunate, in my opinion, mistake from the officiating crew. It wasn't egregious, but it's such a rare thing to see a play like that continue to stay alive.
Yeah.
Was it intentional? No. Was it overly egregious? It kind of toeing that line. But the ball certainly should
it was
have been
surprising.
blown dead.
In real time, it was surprising.
It should have been in real time. You could have. Real time, you were saying blow it dead.
Yeah.
Like, why is it still alive?
Well, you were kind of shocked by when they did declare that it was a fumble. Was like, the play should have been dead too.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you were thinking
everybody was just standing around there, and it's like,
oh, and then someone's on the ball. Like, what?
Well, when you have 70% of the players on the field just kind of like standing upright, waiting for the whistle to blow dead, and they're still having blown the whistle, and Adrian's just sitting there like
in the middle
just
of it
holding it on and like kind of waiting for you to blow the whistle, and it doesn't come. It's like
crazy. The play was stopped.
But and again, that same year, talking about the Scott Frost offense, look at that Northwestern game. I know it's Northwestern, but we put up like 60 points on.
Yeah.
Like, when that offense was clicking, it was insanely electric.
Well, and it's just like we always found ourselves in situations where you see it across the country every single Saturday. Teams capitalize on these opportunities. Oh,
turnovers,
a 2-minute drive coming down the field to kick a game-winning field goal, or to tie the game, or have a chance to win it with a touchdown. Like, and then it just doesn't happen. But where good for Scott. I hope he finds success in UCF. I think it'd be really cool if we met him in a bowl game down the road or something. I think that would be fun. But wish him well, and we'll talk more college ball after this break. This is UnKut.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's child care tax credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1003769, $395 per month lease with 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF trail bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
You're listening to UnKut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Team playoff. That's what we're going to be talking about here on UnKut to end the night. I'm Kyle Perry, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We are going to be talking about our most wanted upsets. All right. We're going to pick who's going to win. All right. I like this a little bit better than picking the March Madness bracket. You know, it's quicker.
It's simpler.
Because
this is the thing about March Madness. It always makes me laugh. Because I'll be upfront about it because I think it's the right way to do it. You'll hear people talking about, this team, this state school from middle of nowhere, Maine. I'll tell you, all year they've been this X, Y, and Z. It's like you haven't watched a minute of that squad. Like you're lying to yourself to say, I can give you the X's and O's. Like you read the stats, and that's as much as everybody else did. This is one where if you're a fan of college football, outside of maybe Arizona State, you've probably seen all these teams play this year.
That's true.
You have some idea of like who these teams are, who their head coaches are. March Madness, it's a lot of fun. It's a ton of research. Like it's really hard to figure out who's going to win because A, you got 64 teams. B, there's just so much going on. There's so many new coaches, new players, especially with only 5-man rosters in basketball. This is one you can get. I feel like we'll find out as time goes on, but it'll be a lot easier to kind of sift through these and pick who the winners are going to be.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have the guys we want to win. Okay. Because, I mean, obviously, like I said, I want Arizona State. Their running back is a freaking threat.
Well, let's just go through
their
this real
defense
quick.
might have holes.
Let's go through this.
Let's talk about it then.
So number 1, Oregon. These are the buys, so we won't talk about these. Oregon, Arizona State, Georgia, Boise State. They all got buys.
Yeah.
If you're Oregon, you're pissed off because you're either going to have to play Ohio State or Tennessee. Ohio State, Tennessee, who do you got?
Ohio State.
Ohio State, Oregon, who do you got?
They had to have faced off earlier, and Oregon obviously won.
Yep.
What do you remember the score?
It was pretty close.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Oregon. That's the last game Ryan Day coaches.
All right, so Oregon moving on to the Final Four. Arizona State side, Clemson or Texas?
We talked about it. Wishful thinking here. Wishful thinking.
This is the wishful thinking, or this is what you
This
think?
is the wishful thinking. Is obviously Clemson taking down Texas because horns down.
Is that so? Is Oregon like is it wishful thinking for Oregon, or you really think Oregon's going to be the best team out of that side?
No, I think Oregon's proven that they've been the best team all
so
throughout
wishful
the year.
thing, you got Clemson and Arizona State. Realistically, what do you see?
Texas. Well, Clemson versus Arizona State. I was going to say Texas. Realistically, is probably going to win, but let's go Arizona State for the sake of entertainment.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I got Texas though, unfortunately. So I got Texas, Oregon facing off in the Final Four. You got Oregon and Arizona State. That'd be the more fun one for sure. Indiana, Notre Dame. Decide who faces Georgia.
Notre Dame.
Indiana.
You don't like that?
Notre Dame hasn't played squad all year, and I get that.
I'm just saying. I think
people haven't played. Indiana hasn't played squad all year either. At least Indiana was playing Power 4 opponents, while Notre Dame was losing to NIU and playing Army and playing Navy.
Hey, I'm pro Big Ten
and whose
too,
best
man.
win was Texas A&M. Yeah, this is Notre Dame. The non-con stuff drives me up a wall because they get such crap schedules.
Yeah,
and because it's Notre Dame, they get all this benefit of the doubt. Their best win is Texas A&M at the very beginning of the year. They deserve to get in. Don't get me wrong. Notre Dame should be in. I just don't think they're that good. Give me Indiana. Indiana versus Georgia in my case, or Notre Dame versus Georgia in your case. Who do you got?
Georgia.
I do too. It doesn't
Georgia's
matter.
making it
I
out,
got
you know.
Georgia. So even if I like the Indiana upset, I got Georgia moving on. Who's going to face Georgia in the Final Four? First off, though, you got to decide SMU or Penn State.
All right. I'm sorry. This is the lock of the century.
This one is easy.
The lock of the century. I don't care if SMU is undefeated. They're going into Penn State to play in freaking sub-freezing temps.
Yeah.
They're done.
It's that part.
They're done. I don't care how talented the team is. There's just, how, I don't know what the Vegas odds say. Okay. But at least just knowing what it feels like to endure the cold, I'm just going to take Penn State 10 times out of 10. I think it would be crazy, but that could also set up for a beautiful Cinderella story for SMU. But I mean, they competed hard in their conference championship. They that's a good ball club. But boy, going to Penn State is a tall task. Taking them down.
Yeah, I'm trying to find just like any odds on it. 8.5.
Well, and James, okay, and James Franklin, this is kind of a lollipop for him. And
this is the year for him too.
Yeah,
because you finally made it to the playoffs. Penn State fashion. You've done exactly what you do every year, but you're in. And if you're Penn State, you definitely got the easy side. You got SMU and Boise State.
Yeah.
Like, again, respect to those teams, but that's better than having to worry about a Texas. If you're Oregon, again, you're pissed because you have to worry about Ohio State or Tennessee. And if you're Georgia, Indiana, Notre Dame, that's probably the second weakest.
No, you're absolutely right. The way the bracket plays out. I mean, Oregon does kind of get the
they got for having the only undefeated team in there, they get the worst possible setup. And like, to me, I don't know if this is a conspiracy, but it feels like it's set up for Georgia in Texas.
Okay.
Because you look at Texas, they have Clemson and Arizona State, SEC, Georgia, SEC, Indiana or Notre Dame, and then Penn State is the biggest benefactor of everything.
I would love to see Dan Lanning get to the national title, though, because, you can tell he's an absolute stud.
Something about the Ducks. Something about him.
Well, I'm talking about Dan Lanning.
He's a Duck.
Yeah.
All right. Even the Ducks.
But he's a great coach. You got to appreciate the craft.
He is a really good coach.
He's, it's tough to do. It's tough to do, and especially with all the moving parts now and in college sports and such. He seems relatable. He seems like a good dude.
I'll say this much: if he was my coach, I'd love it.
Right?
Seems like a really good coach.
But I feel like there's not much content there for hatred on the Ducks. I feel like if it's the jerseys that bother you, like, okay,
you gotta hate Nike. That's for your best chance.
Yeah,
Like
Nike threw them a bone with their NIL situation.
That's what I'm saying. If you're Oregon, you got the best NIL hookup possible.
You definitely do.
Nike headquarters, yeah, that's us. So your Oregon set up well in this era of college football. Let's quick go through this because we do got spare time with a couple of Husker Bowlers up next. So in these Final Four, you have Oregon and you have Arizona State.
Oregon.
I have Texas, which kills me, and I have Texas beating.
That's brutal, man.
And real quick, I actually do have Tennessee upsetting Ohio State and then Tennessee upsetting Oregon, but I do think that falls flat. And it kills me to say it. I have Texas. No, I'm going to stick to what I had on Dump Punt Hour. Give me Tennessee. I'm not going to let Texas get that far. So I got Texas in the championship game. Final Four, Georgia or Penn State. Who do you got?
Georgia.
So you got Georgia and
Oregon.
Oregon, that's right. Yeah, because you have Oregon beating Arizona State.
I'll take the Ducks.
Yeah, you are Duck friendly. And then I had Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah, because you know what? Screw them. Because I like that. Tried and true. They're proven. Kirby Smart's incredible. But we'll see. But hey, I really hope we do have some upsets because that everybody loves a good Cinderella story. I mean, maybe a Boise State upset over Penn State. That's possible.
I'll give you the upsets right now. Indiana beating Notre Dame, not much of an upset. Tennessee beating Ohio State, and then Tennessee beating Oregon.
It's a top 12. They're going to be slim upsets, but upsets nonetheless. Harrison, it was great.
Absolutely.
Always is, brother. On to the next. We'll see you guys tomorrow night here on UnKut.